Hi everyone. So today's video is a video that I feel I need to put together. A video where I need to be completely open as far as the reason why I have decided to part ways with a spectacular speaker like what you see here, the Magico M6. But before I do that, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit the notification bell. Continue to follow me, continue to support me. It means a lot to me. We got to keep this going forward. We got to keep pushing hard. We got to continue to do what we're doing day in and day out. And it is important that you guys subscribe. Please subscribe to support my cause and to support what I do here every single day for you all. With that said, I'm going to go over five reasons as to why I have decided to part ways with the Magico M6 that you guys have heard on my channel over the last 2 months. It's been actually just over 2 months since I brought him here, and it's been quite an interesting experience. It has been a pleasure to be capable of bringing something like this, of this magnitude, into my home and be able to do what very few channels do, which is to have an actual owner speak about a product like this. As you guys know, most of the other channels are always talking about, I wouldn't call it average gear, but they specifically focus on products that are more budget oriented, if that makes sense. And that's totally fine. The reason for my channel, and I've said it many times, isn't to follow what others are doing. It is to simply do something that nobody else is doing. No matter where you look, no matter what channel, what videos you're looking at, there aren't many owners, if at all, on YouTube showcasing products like the Magico M6, all the Griffin gear that you have seen on my channel, MSB reference, along with the DCS Rossini's. You've seen every single Griffin amplifier on my channel. And the list goes on and on and on, as you guys know. But anyway, you guys have seen it. I don't need to talk about it. So let's go over 5 reasons. The 5 reasons. Reason why the Magico M6 is leaving my room. Reason number 1. That being, I do not keep anything long term. I wish I could keep every single piece of gear that comes through my room, guys, but the reality is I can't do that. I have to be financially ready to pull the trigger at all the opportunities that are thrown at me. I believe in being ready when opportunity knocks on your door. So I have to live like that every single day when it comes to audio. I have to be ready. The moment I get a knock on my door for something that I'm highly interested in, I am ready. A lot of my connections and people that I work with know that when I'm interested on a product, any product, there's not really a need on their end to talk to me about the product. I do my own research, I do my own homework, and I decide whether I am interested in bringing something here or not. If it is of no interest to me, then I simply don't buy it, don't pursue it. Okay, so again, reason number 1 being, I have to be financially ready to pull the trigger on the opportunities that come knocking on my door. And so that leads to me not keeping anything long term. Okay. Reason number 2, I am a believer that timing is key with what I'm doing. Timing is of the essence. Okay, the reality is, and I'm going to keep it real with you all, if I were to put any product here for a long time on my channel, a lot of you guys, the 5,000 of you that are following me, would probably begin to unsubscribe, would probably begin to lose interest. And that's fine, I get that. You guys always want new content, new things, the latest offerings, the latest opportunity. And if I want to do that, I have to, again, be ready to shift gears real quick. Okay, so timing is key for me. Timing. I can't stress that enough. And again, you guys are also an influence on me to keep doing what I'm doing. Okay, so think of it as every component that I have here, okay, lands here because I am interested in it. Some of you guys are very interested in it as well. And so I have to always keep reinventing the wheel day in, day out in order to keep giving you fresh things, fresh shootouts that you guys are interested in. Number 3, no matter how good a component is, I always have to keep my eyes straight ahead, down the tunnel vision. I can't fall in love with any of this, okay, because the reality is everything, just about at least half of what I brought here has been gear that many of you guys could easily retire with, and myself included. That said, if you guys remembered, if you really remember, I sold my Boulder 2150 monos along with the 2110 line stage, along with the Alex, which was one of the best setups that I have had in this room. I sold it. Part of the reason was because I needed to be financially ready to jump at the opportunity of buying an M6. This is the reason, now you know why I parted ways with the Boulder gear. I wanted to try this, and I am so happy that I've had the opportunity to try this speaker. I am so happy that next time I go to a show, I can go to every room, and when I see this puppy here in a room, I'm going to remember it. It actually will bring me back to my memories with it. I'll remember what it does. I'll remember what it's capable of. So now that I've gotten to a point where I feel I have a very good understanding of the speaker, then it's time for someone else to enjoy it, right? And now my eyes are looking ahead. So this is why this time has come. 4. So part of the reason why I also sell a lot of the gear is because I am very hungry to try as many components as possible. The more, the better. I want to understand the tonality, the sonics, the flavor, the DNA of as many brands as possible. This allows me to become more valuable to myself and to many of you, because I don't think I'll ever get to every component out there. But if I can walk into a show and literally know there are 100 rooms and I have narrowed it down to 10, that's because I probably have heard gear in 90 of those rooms, right? And I like that because I can zoom in on things that I haven't heard before. I can go after the unknown. Some of you guys have begged me to try brands that honestly I have never heard of. You guys name them all the time on the comment sections. Constantly, you guys are telling me, try this speaker. Tecton was actually a speaker that was brought to my attention, and I'm glad I am actually happy that I reviewed the Tecton. But I hadn't heard of it. So you guys constantly pitch ideas, and I really appreciate you guys for doing that to me, because I don't know every brand out there. So having that exposure to multiple brands is really, really key for me, because when more product arrives, and there will be more product arriving, the easier it is to essentially classify each component into tier groups. Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3. It's easier. It's much faster for me. Okay? You got the valuable propositions. You got those that are super expensive, but that have a huge law of diminishing returns. You got those that offer you the best bang for the buck. So it's easier for me to just remember what each component brought to the table and be able to just handpick. That's the best word to describe it. Handpick what I'm interested in listening to. And then reason number 5. I can't say it enough. The M6 is an amazing speaker. I can't really knock it for anything. I mean, quite frankly, it probably has been the best speaker I have had in my room, if I'm being sincere with you. But let me make sure you guys don't get that twisted. I also like Wilson audio. I like what Wilson audio does, sonically speaking. I know there is a huge discussion and argument back and forth. You got the Wilson camp, you got the Magico camp in here. Both of them are bickering all the time. The Magico tends to be super accurate. The Wilson is about, dynamics and slam, and every speaker is going to have their pros and cons. That's the reality. You have to choose what's most important to you. You, the user, you guys who spend the money on all of this, okay? And I can sincerely say to you all, and this is a very sincere comment, I didn't truly engage 100% with the M6. I couldn't engage at all levels. I couldn't spend time with it until 4 o'clock in the morning listening to music. Okay? Now, before you assume and begin to say that's because the speaker is analytical, that's because the speaker is this or cold or that, let me just say that has not been my experience with the M6. The reality is I feel I failed at doing one of those things being what you're seeing on your screen right now, all this acoustic treatment that I just purchased to really treat the room correctly and make it better, okay? Also, this level of amplification behind Constellation that you see behind that arrived pretty late to the party, unfortunately, okay? You're seeing it now. I didn't have the opportunity to play with those two things, at new amps and acoustic treatments with the M6, because unfortunately, guys, tomorrow or in a few days, my new speakers arrive. Yes, you heard it. New speakers are coming. And I have to empty the room. Basically, I have to create up the speakers, the M6. I have to begin to hang the panels in order to accommodate the new speaker. So, as I mentioned to you just a few seconds ago, I failed at doing everything that this speaker deserves. I failed at doing the right power, the walls, the fuses on the circuit breaker, perhaps carpeting, the right carpet on the floor, more panels again. I failed to go the extra mile with the M6. I am guilty of that. I'll say that. Okay? I'm not going to deny that. But remember one thing, guys. Do not knock me for that, because I am self-financed. I don't have any handouts. There's nothing free here. Everything you guys see here, for the record, everything I own. Nothing here is, nobody loaned me anything. Everything is mine, including the speakers that are arriving. They're mine as well. So you have to remember that my pockets are only so deep, right? I can't sustain the level of effort that I think this speaker deserves. But I'm glad I found out. I'm happy I was able to understand what this speaker deserves. It is no different than buying a McLaren. It's no different than buying a supercar that needs tires every, 10,000 miles and brakes every 3,000 miles and, the most expensive oil and a special type of oil for the transmission. It is no different. This is what this speaker is. Okay? It's not a fault of the speaker. It's actually a fault of us, the end users. And because I didn't do everything I feel I should have done, it led me to not really not engaging with the speaker the way I wanted to. And I take the fault for that. Okay? But hopefully you guys have learned what it takes when you travel at this height of speaker. Hopefully you guys have a better understanding of the commitment you have to be willing to make when you venture into this depth of a loudspeaker, right? This level of a component. It really taxes you on all angles. It really exposes you, as I mentioned to you, your laziness. It exposes what you haven't done in the past that you should have done. And some of you guys may not like that. Some of you guys will blame it on the speaker, but the reality is that is far from the truth, guys. So it will definitely pain me to see it go, but again, as I mentioned before, I can't keep everything forever, guys. And opportunity is key. And I had a great opportunity to buy my next speaker and bring it in here and be able to give you something different that hopefully you guys enjoy. It is a speaker I have never owned, so I would say it's a rare speaker as well. You don't really see it oftentimes. So hopefully you guys enjoy what I have coming for you. And I am keeping my fingers crossed that the conversation becomes positive and that we all learn to share our experiences with each other, which is really what I'm trying to do. Okay? That's all I have for you. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for following me. I could not do this without you all. Take care.